It's another factor that's going to be obnoxious for this Enigma to have to deal with, who ideally wants to go Vessel in this game.
Ooh, look at this.
Zoning him off to deny.
They zoned him off with a wave, so he's not going to be able to get the deny at all.
He's going to take a crap ton of damage here.
Oh dear. This is already a terrible start for Resolution in the offlane.
At least he doesn't have to use his TP, so he gets to save the mana cost. Yeah, nice moves from OG. Use Enigma early and shoot insta TP bottom. Make sure that Amar gets to play this lane, doesn't get abused in 2-on-1. You just don't want to give early stacks to the Slark. If you get to your level 3 and 4 on Timber, you can use the spam, use the pure damage to really annoy him. You've seen Amar go ham. I know you've seen it too.
Yeah. Already leveling the Whirling Death and putting some pressure on Puppey. So it is interesting that the Phoenix is going to be playing this lane rather than the Sven. I mean, we're talking about the melee range combo, right? Like, we expected the Sven to be playing with the Medusa.
That was my idea, that the Sven Medusa lane is pretty strong. You can just mana first Eidolons, maybe dice one to care. Phoenix, he wants a lot of levels. This is not where you want to get level starved. You're going to have to split the XP with Medusa, with Enigma denying some of it, and you're almost never going to get a pull resist Enigma.
Oh, nice use of the shard there to block Taiga in. He's going to die nice and early. So whatever plan they had with this Phoenix, I mean, I can kind of see it. Fire Spirits isn't that effective against the Slark in lane anyway, so maybe it's better to go up against the Enigma, maybe combined with the Mystic Snake and Fire Spirits, they can kill some Eidolons.
I mean, it's also about the Tusk matchup. Phoenix is a hero that historically does very well versus Tusk. He can't man up with tag team and just kill you. Right. I think that's the idea. I just think the way it's going to play out is rough for them.
We're going to need another replay for that one.
Solo kill.
Because apparently Nisha just soloed BZM, and I was going to say, like, another reason why it feels like it could be an OG 2-0 is the way that BZM popped off in that game 1. But Nisha seemed to put him in his place, maybe. Taiga may just be dying again. Zayat's getting in front of him. The Malefice with the Eidolons every once in a while getting in some attacks. Taiga's run out of Fire Spirits, and they're going to be able to hunt him down. Zayat's claims the last hit. 3-0, a team secret. Up to a flying start in this laning phase.
He has no teleport on Phoenix. He's going to have to smoke himself out here.
All right, here it is. Here's that kill. Looks like Nisha just found an opening to be able to run down while the orb was on cooldown.
Nisha God. What can you do? And very fast start from Secret. I think this is exactly what they want for their lineup in this game. They get some momentum going, especially for the Enigma, who needs to buy the early utility items in this vessel to help through the Timber. It's going to give Secret the early firepower they need to take over the map. Lineup from OG.
Oh, and now kills with the Phoenix, who has to walk out to lane, it's leaving Yuragi all alone. A beautiful shard that sets up a 4th kill. Team Secret already with 1,000 net worth lead in 3 minutes.
And earn charges for Enigma.
Oh, he's got an earn already?
Yeah, he is
man.
Super happy with that one. This is an absolute disaster of a lane for OG, which is not what they want for this versus Enigma. If Enigma gets a start, he's going to take the tower and invade the jungle. Taiga's still level 1. Yeah, this mid lane not going much better either.
And it does mean, like, they're going to reach this awkward timing, right, where the Medusa doesn't really do anything for them. And, well, they're going to rely heavily, I think, on the Timber Saw to pull a lot of weight.
Kind of coming down to Amar very fast here in terms of you're going to have to take the early fights, try and defend the towers. Remember, this is a Templar Assassin lineup for Secret. You can do early Roshans as well, using the Willow and Enigma as the backbone for the team fight. This game can accelerate really fast if they get off to a lead. This is not a game OG wants to fall behind.
So I think
they're okay being a little behind, but not.
Yeah. I think we haven't talked about the Timber Saw change. There was a change to the reactive armor, which in some cases is a buff and in some cases is a nerf. Wait for this little fight to play itself out. Chris is going to be pushed away. Does get pretty low, but he has a healing salve, so he'll be okay.
They're not your friend. Eidolons are not Yuragi's friend.
It looks like they got a double for it.
Man, having the game of his life right here.
Yeah, this dynamic duo of Zayat and Resolution are actually just destroying the laning phase of OG.
So much for that cheeky play before the lane.
Yeah, seriously. I was like, oh man, this is a really bad start, but resolution undeterred.
There's just nothing to kill the Eidolons. Phoenix does not kill the Eidolons. Sure, you can spear them, you can slow their attacks. You can't kill these things. They're absolute monsters. Husk auto locks you in no matter what.
Nice use there, BZM using the waiting rift to jump away right as Nisha went for the melt attempted hit. That was just a wasted bit. Same time, was it a waste? Nisha had to spend 35 mana. Puck, I don't know how much waiting rift
Radiant's
costs.
courier was caught in the
Certainly more than
crossfire.
35.
It had so much left to give.
And carry.
Someone is going to have to stem this. Because Rezo is absolutely gigantic. Arcane Boots earned, double charge, level 5 already. Level 3 Eidolon summon coming up here with the catapult wave, with the flag bearer creep.
Yeah, but who's going to do it, though? Like, the puck can rotate, but I feel like you need that extra bit of push. And I feel like the supports on the side of OG are pretty low damage. I mean, it's
level
a
2
spend
Phoenix.
and an under-leveled Phoenix, yeah.
There's no one who can come up here and stop this, really. BZM cannot go up here. He's having a rough time as it is. You know, he's getting solo killed. He's behind by pretty much an entire level on mid. He can completely out CS here with this TA puck matchup. Rune spawning top. Won't even get it. Gonna get denied here.
Taiga, grab it just to keep it out of the hands of Nisha. Now Nisha really cares. He doesn't have to bottle. He's just playing a farm.
Dire's top tower
Saving
is
Grace
under
Roach, he
attack.
might be that he can leave this Timber alone.
The Dire
Try and
have
use both of
reinforced
support to stem this bleeding.
But what about the saving grace for Yuragi?
There
He
is
needs
not
some
much.
saving.
Dire's top tower
He
is
just
under
cuts himself into the trees, but there's no way out.
Prolonging the inevitable here.
This is the worst start I think I've ever seen Yuragi at.
Radiant's bottom
It's up
tower
there.
is under attack.
He might get
Dire's
Taiga
courier
again.
has been slain.
Shards more.
Brambles at the same time, Puppy. Gonna make him work for it at least. In fact, should be able to get out entirely. But yeah, Taiga's still being run down. Looks like he's still blocked in by that shard. BZM is here, but this too, they farm so much that BZM can't even get a kill off of this one. Puppy gets another round of Brambles. Chu actually gets the last hit before Puppy can cast the spell. So they do finally get themselves on the board. 8-1 is not an inspiring score if you're an OG fan.
Remember last game, Yuragi held his safe lane for so long. You could never do this versus the ball lane. Oh, solo kill by Amar bottom. I was about to say, that's it. If this is what you want to have happen in this Timber Slark matchup where you use this Slark before he's level 5. He was so close to it too.
Dire's top
30
tower
Oh,
is under
Nisha's like, well,
attack.
I'm sorry. Were you trying to gank me?
I can keep it.
Kicks Taiga out there.
Dire's
Not
top
able to
tower
save
is
this
under
deserved
attack.
reward, but as you can see, oh, nice little cute play there from BZM, dodging another melt hit. But it's just the matchup is just not fun for a puck.
Yuragi, you're not
Nice body
safe
blocking.
anywhere, son.
Zayat's absolutely merciless. Now the rotations are going to come in. They're going to use the black hole to finish off this Duja.
Bringing
And
everybody.
get a counter kill somewhere through this. Rezo goes for the TP out. And the coil is there. It stops him just in time before the TP completes. BZM is actually a little bit low here, but Amar even joining in on this one. Snowball going out, Zayat. He's going to try and get that kill, but BZM will just barely get through it all.
Have to walk the face, no TP.
No way. Is he going to be able to get it? Oh, he snacks him.
Hey, Scroon.
Dire's middle tower is
Let's
under
play
attack.
today for Puppy. I mean,
Dire locked
Check
down.
back on
Structures.
Chrysalis. Oh, he didn't get off the dark bag before the stun.
it's a huge amount of XP for him. Yeah, Nisha's just been hitting this mid tower during all of that. TA is very happy if you leave her alone. This is one of those heroes.
Oh, yeah.
She'll soak it all up and soak it up very early. Very quick start for Secret.
And he's not doing a whole lot of like ancient hitting or anything.
Oh,
Instead,
he's
he's
taking it.
pressuring the mid tower. Every single time the puck leaves,
3 heroes for Secret. They want to fight with him. He's
yeah,
super
they're gonna
high.
roll on in. The dive cut off by Zayat as he comes in through the back
Dire's
door.
middle
A shard
tower
goes
is
out,
under
blocking
attack.
BZM. Now Chu is here though. Turn around, throw a little damage back at Zayat, but the tower falls. That's what Team Secret working towards all along. A level 5 Yuragi pushed back by the level 7 Chrysalis Slark. He has nowhere to farm right now. BZM may have no place to be able to run. He's got an orb, but it's only going to be short jaunt away. Can't get up the cliff and will be brought down. Nisha and Zayas go to get the kill on the enemy mid laner and then bring themselves up now to a 4,000 net worth lead for Team Secret in 10 minutes. That is a huge lead for this early on.
Cannot ask for a better early game. You're Ian here, watching this one from the booth. You're like, all right. I mean, this is where you think the game's over, you know? Now you just take the advantage, push it into the mid game, secure a Roche, and you're pretty happy here.
Yeah, in some ways, the game is going to kind of play itself in that regard, right? Like, eventually, they're going to find an opening where they're able to do Roshan. They'll use that Aegis to take more objectives, more ground. And OG, they're going to have to get creative in how they make the comeback.
Exactly, and the best way to do that is OG finds numbers advantage, especially around Timber. This Timber is still strong. He's their best hero. High levels, he does a crap ton of damage. Amar went for the pure damage build. He has 1 in armor. Not going to be tanky, but he's going to kill heroes if they overextend it. Remember, OG still has very strong teamfight holds. And they get there is another question. You know, they do have Egg at the back of the tome, so at least something's coming online. Just smoking up the puck, trying to bait him. Nobody's falling for it though. Rezo just turn out jungle, happy to farm. Got a blink coming actually.
Zayas, oh no! He lost sight of the ward. He is pretty tanky, and Resolution's going to come in with this full-out army, so they're going to have to pop the supernova here. They're going to try and deal with it and should be able to in quick succession. Shots from Puppy and Resolution take down the egg. They trade 1 for 1 off of that. He's got another orb coming up. Oh, just got destroyed by the TA. Threatening to terrorize. BZM is going to have to jump over to his orb here.
Got the balance.
Still on him, and a blink forward from Resolution. They're keeping it. Oh, no!
Did I think he was like injured or something?
I don't know.
That was so weird.
We're going to be able to just grab him on the edge there.
I mean, the thing is, Rezo had blink coming up too, right? So he just holds the hole.
No, he blinked forward, right? He blinked forward to get in that position.
I think it was coming off. Yeah, maybe that's true. Still, that was a weird go. It was like they thought he shadowing him or something. This game isn't that over.
Crystallis. No pounce for 5 seconds. Stun's gonna land. Amar's gonna get his full combo off here. Oh, he's not.
Bounce away.
That was an awkward chakram.
No, mana almost. Gonna stick up.
And stuns are gonna rain through. He tries to throw out a chakram just to be able to slow him down. One more time. The snowball almost catching him. Nisha with this double damage. It's enough. Easily enough, yeah. Now they're gonna catch up to well, not Resolution. Resolution's gonna catch up to Chill.
More kills for the ticker here. The game is getting out of control very fast. Who I thought was maybe going to have the best potential to keep in this big game on this puck with limited stuns is suddenly in a position where... Yeah, we were looking at that BZM Mars game earlier where he was like 0-10. Yeah, this is the roughest game I've seen for BZM. This one is getting closer real fast. He is falling very far behind.
Yeah, he is the lowest net worth core in the game.
Puck is not a hero that functions from
Nisha is about to double him up in net worth.
About to double him up in kills versus deaths too.
Yeah.
Secret exacting some vengeance from last game.
It did feel like in many ways that Secret, they were playing pretty crisp, I would say. There were probably 2 notable times where I think they really stumbled, but I feel like all around their team fighting and execution was pretty crisp throughout the first 30 minutes of the game. But there did feel to be a certain kind of advantage to OG where they could just let the game continue, and eventually they were going to be in a good place. That is not the case here, right? Secret's lineup scales pretty damn well.
Especially the position. Right? Because this is a lineup with the TA, the Slark, that can accelerate the Roshan and then use it to take over the map with the traps. The traps plus the Slark at night vision just makes it a nightmare for OG to get out here. You have to send this Timber in first, and Timber with no reactive on her stack.
Under attack.
Somebody's just getting black holes. That's where your Stone Gaze, your Egg, are not going to be enough to save the guy, because Rezo's just going to jump hole you and, okay, you Stone Gaze him, the damage is still done. Yeah. Nisha gets a freer fight, this Slark gets a free fight, and the net worth advantage is just going to be able to basically ram it down their throats.
This is the Deso finish up for Nisha, so Roshan on the table at any point.
It's going to be coming.
Structures are fortified.
They are extremely far. no issues taking any of these early fights. He's still trying to get to this Witchblade
Radiant's
with a
bottom tower is under attack.
That's how far behind BZM is.
And that's supposed to be like one of the items that actually makes this match a little bit more,
Dyer's top tower
you know,
is under
durable,
attack.
I guess, for the puck. You've got some extra armor. You've got a better way to burn through refraction. Here's that Roshan.
I mean, by the time he has Witchblade, this TA is going to have agent.
Yeah.
You're going to need a lot of Witchblade.
Fallen to the Radiant.
No,
Radiant's
not.
bottom
7,000 net
tower
worth
is
lead for
under
Team
attack.
Secret, 15-minute mark. As now, let's see how quickly they're able to close out the map. I really like your point about the TA and the Slark. Those are two cores that they're like Widmore cores, right? When they're ahead, they have certain tools that really allow them to control the map and really prevent the enemy team from getting anything.
And this Aegis perfectly lines up. 15 minutes of nighttime hits. They have the Aegis.
Oh,
they
just
have
straight up black hole, no problem.
Absolute freebies. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Rezo has no fear at this point in the game because even if you hit these ults, the damage is going to be done. Wait a BKB, man. This Enigma is incredibly far.
He's just trying to cut waves.
Kill some couriers.
Radiant's
get it.
courier has been
Courier kill number 1.
It's pretty annoying.
He's under
He
attack.
doesn't want to come back to this part of the map.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to stick around for another round of cutting creeps.
I don't know if he'll regret this TP up here later. Lamar getting stuck bottom.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
S and Y complete for the Medusa.
What time is it? Very deep ward.
Almost finds him with the punch,
Dyer's
too.
top tower is under attack.
Slips on by.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Wants to be able to slow down this push. They don't want to give up a tier 2 too early. OG, they know.
Witchblade online. This is the best power spike they're going to get for a long time.
Yeah, if they can get the right kind of coil with the Supernova on the side, it's a pretty powerful combination. One that may not be able to kill heroes outright, but it's
Wow,
getting low.
Lamar in the river getting stunned.
Uh-oh, in big trouble. He just finished up his Kaya. And they're going to do a damn thing to save him here. 4 heroes of Team Secret show up in the mid lane and then can swarm. Look at them already drawing up. Actually, that's a line from Chu saying they're going to go top and they're going to take
Looks
that
like
tier 2.
Radiant closed the blast
You can see
doors.
OG's response. They're going to try and push out this creep wave as quick as possible. In fact, the Secret even used the glyph there to protect the creeps to see if they can keep the creep wave alive in time. It does force BZM to stick around a little bit longer.
Really want to kick him out of here. Cement the map control. Meanwhile, mid, Chu getting jumped.
Oh, Merciless showing mercy. Should be able to catch it eventually. Right. Hot. Snowball on in. Taiga diving away, but there's nowhere to run. He's surrounded. Hey, Chrysalis is actually in trouble here. Oh, okay. Nice terrorize, though. Puppy's going to bail him out. Chrysalis is just far enough away. Starts getting that movement speed and regen.
Map closing fast for OG. Traps controlling the top area.
Radiant's
Slark
bottom tower
controlling
is
mid.
under attack.
Not letting anybody out.
Should be able to jump to his orb.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This core actually going to use the coral to try and fight around the tier 2. Puppy, Yule's going down and got some of his damage. He does finish off Puppy, but the rest of Secret can quickly just swarm on in. Yeah, all the brambles in the world.
Puppy rushed the shark. Yeah, I really like the
Dyer's
shark.
top tower
I say
has
rush if you had the gold before 15. That's a good feeling. You know you're winning the game where you're saving that money in the bank before you can even buy it.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Great
attack.
idea against Himmerson. Probably going to use that Yules to try and get rid of the Curse Crown sometimes.
Lock him in the jungle with the brambles.
Make the puck's life harder as well.
All the vision from OG disappearing off the map. Crystallis has been pinging every ward he runs in. Link up for Zayats as well. This is where you can just abuse the traps. Like, you just see everything. Silence, blink in.
It's so hard to play the map, but maybe Team Secret have gotten a little ahead of themselves trying to dive in this deep for that kill. Zayats.
Give them a little bit of the map, you know? You don't have to take away their base quite yet.
You have to zone them away from their own tier 2, Zayats. Come on.
I mean, at that point, you're zoning them into the map. You're so deep. OG get a 5-on-4 if they want it. Still ages up for this TA.
Yeah, for about 35 seconds, it's an awkward point. Melthead, look at all that physical damage. It's overwhelming at Timber side. So use the ult. He's going to come back down into Resolution. He's popped the BKB. Doesn't see the opportunity. The A's going to successfully blow up here. A really good setup. The Age is mini expended. They do have a black hole onto Puck's. Crystal's going to jump onto that one. The Puck does die. Nisha, meanwhile, burns through the refraction. Jumping through him. And he's going to have some problems here. Saved by the snowball. Where's he going? On top of Uragi. So when they come back through, the Chakram's going to pull back and finish off the Templar Assassin. But they got serious damage on Uragi. He's now dead. Amar self-fuels with the Timber Chain to bring him back down to quick escape. Very nicely played by hand, and now chases after the Tumbler's toy to get on top of the Slark, who does die. Amar, snowball through. Oh, Zions, you are insane, my friend. He's still got Resolution around. He couldn't actually get the last hit on any of those kills. Taiga, he's going to be finished off by Resolution eventually here. It looks like Chu is going to be chased down by Puppy as well. So Zions, his turn does set up 2 kills.
What a monster. He comes back in with the haste and arcane. He had that entire fight. Doubling up the rune, doubling up the power. Going back to his carry days where right click's got to get the job done.
Still though, I mean, a great fight for OG considering how far, behind they are.
I mean, they got the full egg off. They killed the TA twice. Pull for the Puck, but he's your lowest net worth hero. You're probably happy to take that. It's the best you're going to get. And Omar just gets a free fight. He's the one who's going to slay everybody. He is doing a tremendous amount of damage. Again, he's not that tanky if they can burst him.
Yeah, no, he's really not. He went a very damage-focused build.
Yeah. I mean, he is the target that Secret should be focusing on. He's all of OG's team fight at the moment. Maybe just letting him get away with too much there. Well, it is Amar Timber. He tends to get away with a lot.
He does.
Now he's up the full Lotus Orb. Now he's getting a little tankier. The reactive armor attack come up. OG showing some signs of life here.
Yeah. BCM almost has a Blink Dagger. He's just going to keep on pushing this bottom wave in as much as possible. He does it for another wave or two. He'll have Blink. Open up some things, perhaps. The Shard is now here for Chu as well, which is a pretty big upgrade. I mean, you're talking about Slark, TA, it costs 3 very physical damage heavy.
Yeah, this is a big power spike for OG. There's a lot of hidden EHP in this. Between the mana shield, this Slark buff, armor, Taiga can bait some spells and then get an egg off. He's going to be super happy. He has the Shard for the extra sun ray. Pick up a gem as well. OG looking to take the fight to Secret now.
Zion still holding on to the snowball, used it last second. He's on the creep, so he's not going to go far.
Not clump here. There's a big black hole waiting for you.
Gonna jump forward, Resolution, just a bit of a poke. Now Zions fall through with that poke, but immediately overwhelmed by OG. Now Nisha's here. Throw some damage around. They're gonna pop the stone gates and start chasing. Got the sounds onto the Slark as well. Looks like the stun going out onto Nisha with the Chakra on top. They do on the black hole, but it's on top of the Supernova. Chrysalis comes through. They do finish off one here. Mars getting low, and Taiga actually successfully explodes. Middleman stun out of Chrysalis and Resolution. The punch goes through and the Phoenix does fall, but Amar is still alive and he's still putting out the damage. Chrysalis did manage to get away, but finish off the Puck. But Amar, he's able to finish off Ace in the ball. He's going to be able to catch up to Slark as well. He's got a pounce, but he will not get far. Sliced down by Amar. Nisha TP out. He is successfully going to be able to get away. OG win another fight against the odds.
Not enough damage to bring this Timbersaw down. Nisha getting zoned out of the fight. There's a decent hole. It does last the full duration. You're trading it for the egg. The idea is you kill the Timber, you'll win the fight, but Amar does not go down. By far dealing the most damage, being the most gold, carrying OG through what was a terrible early game for them. Really not looking too bad. Again, their lineup, the EHP adds up. The team fight spells are there. Crystallis just can't stay in the fight along with Nisha. Once the BKBs are down, kind of a game of cat and mouse. Like, they have to be careful with when they pop these and engage. That's where that stone gaze is so pivotal. That wasn't even the best stone gaze.
Oh, no, it really wasn't. It felt like Secret could have full-on reset.
Yeah.
But opted to go back in.
It's also, I feel like Secret's unsure of who they want to jump and when. Like, Zayats is baiting all these spells out. He's kind of frontlining, playing with them. They jump the Sven here, but they don't really want to commit on Sven. I mean, it's 5 Sven. Ideally, you find this Timber or this Dusa, or Stone Again, Nisha just getting zoned out here.
And here it is, the group up. They go for the black hole, but the Supernova is already popped.
Yeah, I mean, if he caught all 3, that would have been just fight over.
Yeah.
So beautiful hold from Taiga. Rocky just gets to sit there and hit everybody. Dream.
And also BZM, I mean, that was so close here. Barely lives against the TA. I'm not sure if the TA got a miss, a high ground miss at all in that situation. But barely lived through the pounce hit that came from Chrysalis as well. Now they are going to be able to go for a second Roshan OG. They've got everything up. They've got everything up, but they're not going to get there in time.
They're drawing a line to go very far around this top lane. Maybe try and kill the guy after the Roche. As long as when you do this Roche, you get a little cocky, you know, it's like, oh, they don't want to fight us, they're weak, but OG kind of setting the trap here.
Yeah.
Baiting the fish.
Where's the list? He picked up the shard. He's got an BKB, so they can force that out of him. That's the best they can hope for. They were not going to be able to get that kill.
No blink dagger on this spec. As much as you would wish he has one.
Yeah. Octarine already done for Resolution, so that is an item that not only is he going to be throwing around tons of spells, it's also going to speed up his farm just because he can summon these Eidolons.
Pushing lanes with him too. You can split OG up on the map. Very nice for Steve.
Yeah.
Use the trap, use the nighttime vision. Find the opening with the Slark ideally. That'll set up the fight for Rezo here.
Yeah, they're very combo dependent, right? It's like Coil into Stone Gaze and Supernova.
Yeah, they want to land all of it at the same time. Ideally, near the end of Secret's BKB duration, where Secret just wants to jump with the sword and feel the burst.
Oh, one rebound for two. All right, they're going to follow that one up. Looks like the Death Trap might be able to bail them out for time. Right in front of everybody, and they're going to the Terrorize going up, the stun going down, the Stone Gaze almost saves the Supernova egg, but it does do serious damage. Science actually managed to get a blink backwards. BZM in pursuit. Hits him, gets him with the Witchblade. Science still has a decent amount of health. BZM is going to have to use a lot of health. It actually cuts through that Curse Crowd, immediately gets brambled.
Radiant's courier was caught.
Doesn't look like Secret. Nisha. He's going to turn on to Chu. Chu just
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Good Sven. Going in for his boys.
Yeah, he really did.
What a Stormhammer though. Where the hell did that come from?
It was just casual three-man stun. Okay.
You playing Earthshaker again or what? I mean, three-man Stormhammer to set it up into the coil, into the egg, into the Stone Gaze. The exact type of fight OG wants. Amar just couldn't really get in there on top of them all, but Slark does go down pretty. He got his BKB pop top earlier. Yeah, those little things matter.
Oh, certainly. Probably a big reason why they took that fight. Catching the puck, though, BZM.
That's a gem.
Gotta keep this guy down. And yeah, collecting the gem that Taiga had bought for him.
That's huge. That was the one thing giving OG some map control here versus the traps. The flip side is now they can give it to Slark, too, if he really wants it. It's just devastating.
So we got the Aghanim Scepter complete from Yuragi. I'm not sure if we actually had that one live or not. Did see several Stone Gazes around that Phoenix egg.
Helps protect the egg, an extra little mini stun that will, you know, help his Puck and Timber play the fight.
Radiant's middle tower is
Item
under
purchase.
attack.
Not the traditional build, so.
But it's an item, it's a build that is effective right now, right?
Yes.
And it feels like right now is the time where Team Secret could just win the game.
It's almost like if OG, they feel like if they get through this period, they're going to be in a lot smoother sailing waters.
Yeah.
Not sure that's 100% true with how this enigma can scale with a refresher. I can see the idea though, and I mean, obviously the Axe is going to be good long term as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's middle tower.
Jumping out onto Resolution here, he just turns around, okay. You're gonna go on me, I'm gonna BKB Black Hole you. Nobody else is around. They do have the Snowball that's gonna go out onto the Timber side. Got a Lotus Orb though, is it expire? It does not, it stays up, and now he's in a Snowball that's gonna go right back into the face of the Tusk and finish him off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How is that? An aggressive go there, Rezo. Almost gets his two supports kind of baited a little. Zayat's dragging Puppy into the Snowball.
I mean, OG is doing a really good job of finding times where Team Secret are alone and forcing a resource out of it. That's twice now they've went on a core and forced a BKB usage that like ends up being a good fight for OG.
I also can't help but feel though that Secret's just not combining the cores in the right manner, right? If one of these high damage cores is playing with the Rezo when he wants to aggressively hold like this, it can work out for him. That's going to be Gem going back OG's way as well. So that work swing that was good. It's a dieback Puppy.
Generation.
Oh, he's dead for 70 seconds. Things are crumbling for Team Secret here.
Momentum from this early game feels like it's evaporated in the last 10 minutes here. I don't know if Secret have much going for them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, they've had Aegis this whole time. It's crazy. They haven't even been able to use it.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
Team Secret
tower
lose this
has
game. I feel
fallen.
like this is one of those games that they're going to need a hard talking to. Because it
You have the
felt
whole
like,
map.
yeah, it felt like it should have been, at least, you know, if the game does go against you, it should have been harder for OG to wrest it from your control this quickly.
To me, it goes back to Lamar Timber was the one strong hero OG had to win those fights. Don't let him have those free early mid-game fights. That's easier said than done versus arguably the best Timber saw in the world. And still, I think Secret had the whole map, they had the trap, they had the vision, they had the Aegises. It's just not synced up. You need to sync this Enigma's control with either your Slark or your TA. Bring down at least one or two of these OG heroes during that duration. Otherwise, the fight's going to be hard. Again, Rezo, Invis here. We're up at 5.
Playing for the puck. We'll see quite a lot against these TAs.
Secret doesn't want to fight now. You're just in a scenario where you're waiting for the next Roshan. That's a long way away. Yeah. Feels like that's a long time for Medusa to just farm some time, but you know, you're already slowly catching up in this game. Going for Butterfly now. That is going to be an insane power spike for OG here. Damage output to tank ability. There's not going to be any evasion pierce on this Secret lineup for a long time. He should have decided to go dataless Butterfly of his own. He hits really hard. This build tells me it's even more important that Secret syncs up these disables with Nisha going in during AD. If they cannot sync that up, the long fight is 100% going to go OG's way. Shiva's for a while.
That's a huge pickup. Rezo is working towards that refresher, but is going to need minutes to complete it. He actually jumps forward here, protecting the ward. Chu is actually going to be caught by that shark. Really nicely placed from Zayas. It's going to come through, help out Chu, but nobody really wants to commit themselves to the TA trap. Is going to go down. The black hole being used to be able to catch the Timber Saw. That all-important hero is dead. And he's actually gone for 70 seconds, too.
Yeah, I mean, Chu gets out of there, but the bigger fish has been reeled in, and so this time he had the Slark and Dark Willow with him. More than enough damage to finish the Timber off the hole. That's what he was looking for earlier. That's also the power of the Slark that he built. He wants to be able to just hold a solo hero when he finds them, get the kill, get the map advantage for his team. Holds up at 90 seconds again. Oh, there's a little arcane room too to eat up your Eidolons.
You know, that is a good point. You were talking about, like, comboing up the cores. Even just a Dark Willow with the black hole.
The strength of the hero.
It's a huge amount of damage. It would have been able to get kills.
Going in again.
Rezo forced it. Now they do have a nice dodge from BZM, but it gets silent. Nice setup from Nisha.
Reverse.
Gets over the tip. Chrysalis now gets on top of Yuragi. Just completed that butterfly. They just get the stone gaze out of him and let him get on back to that base. Secret is more than content just to be able to control the map at this point. They've got 45 seconds still on the puck, so they can poke for the high ground.
Should. He does everything he wants at this point. He's like really slotted. Elvin tuning for some evasion. It's very hard. Like tier 3 down. Like,
This could be really interesting. The refresher is flying out for resolution.
Hole in 30. I think you wait for double hole here. Feels good to maybe take that fight without puck, but not going into the high ground. Not when there's a Roshan that have to fight for the control coming up here. Control the vision, control the fight, control the game. This was an aggressive link by Rezo. He doesn't have he doesn't have goal. He's just trying to bait OG into overextending, and they got it right. They got the puck kill. The backside with the TA.
OG moving fast.
Don't want to give up Roche.
Smoke out. As you said, time to control the Roshan pit. It's going to be a later Roshan, though. It spawns in 2 minutes.
This is a big move for them. They get the outpost back. They get the vision control. Again, Gem is still on their side on this Medusa. Not the most traditional Gem carry, but she'll take it.
Is under attack.
I like how Chu's carrying this ring.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Get the armor ores going. Yeah, maximize that. You know, you got your Aquila, you got your Buckler, you got your War Cry. Everybody's going to be sitting on 40 or 50 armor on this OG side. The upside for Secret, though, is that's where this Dark Willow Enigma lineup thrives. You have the Refresher on Resolution now.
Yep.
You have this Yules and Shard on Puppy. There's a lot of magical bursting coming out from Secret.
Slark also won't hate long, drawn-out fights.
As long as he's not stunned, yeah, he's going to be having a good time. He's a lot tankier now, you know? He's got a full Scotty up. He's got his Depth Shroud. I mean, Depth Shroud is something that can really help Nisha disengage as well. He gets caught.
Oh, no. Nisha at the refraction, so even as he took damage, wasn't able to blink away upon that smoke break from OG.
Secret's coming in. Smoke. Trying to bait this TA vision-wise. Potentially wrap around the back. Nighttime hits as well.
He's going to lead the charge here.
He's
going to go first. Actually hit it by the stone. No! Resolution will not be able to get off the black hole. And now the Supernova pops with Nova nearby. Nisha starts hitting it, but that's not a winning game. And he's going to force that himself back out. Blink away in 3, 2, 1. Jumps away to the trees. TP's out. Do they find him? No chance.
How the hell did it hit that snake so fast?
I don't know.
He didn't have vision. It was just...
Did he actually cast the snake on the Enigma, or had he already cast it on somebody else and it bounced?
Maybe, but either way, what a game-winning snake potentially here. I guess.
Oh my God! He threw it on the Centaur creep and it bounced. And
Radiant
what a godly play!
Alright, I've seen some crazy stuff in my time, but that is absolutely absurd. See that all the vision in the world.
That is insane, Yuragi. What kind of prediction is that?
Maybe luck more than prediction. Either way, puts them in a position where suddenly they're the ones taking Roshan in Secret's face.
Under attack.
Roshan has 2 holes. Didn't get to use any of them. He just refreshed for Shard as well.
Secret diamond there. Roshan is dead. The supports do what they can, and maybe they'll pick apart Jude, but otherwise the spoils are going to go to the team. AMR is going to be able to put some low ground here. Anybody want to help him out? No. OG leaves behind.
Give Slark all the stacks.
Yes.
Something on that. Bill, highway robbery for OG. That fight would have been disastrous. We're planted by us. Wrap around, they were kind of focusing on this TA, like you said, maybe a lucky balance. Maybe just Rocky reading the game. They put another one. Yeah, there's the hole.
Oh, man. BZM, he's really going to regret that because he does not have buyback. The other guys did. Mark bought back for this.
They're poking. They know Timber's hit. They know Puck has no buy. Nisha trying to force the issue. Resolution did refresh, so he already has Black Hole back up. Secret definitely want to go here. Moji ship is opening. He just not.
Door protection will stall things a little bit, but it's inevitable, it seems. Secret is going to get his lane, so they get two.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
25 seconds left for Amar. Seems like OG will give them the two. Saying that they don't have ZM. No point maybe trying to do some sort of half-hearted defense and maybe throwing away the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Secret wants to get caught here either. They're still expected 2 eyes on this Medusa.
See if they can take away the Tarmar, and they do. Terroride's going to be used onto Rocky. Gets off the smoke gaze, but everybody else from Secret is already disengaged. Well, I say everybody. Chrysalis, he's still in the middle of that. He's going to pop the BK.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Everybody else from Secret going to get caught. I was going to chase, but I think they're alone.
It's a disengage from Secret. Get another freebie on the spend. Some more
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
All right, so OG managed to keep it to just the 1 lane of barracks. They lost a second here tonight. Not the worst. They'll turn. Level 25 on the Temple Assassin, though. Big power spike there.
Absolutely huge for their actions. They have to watch out for the Refresher Shard and Hex on Taiga. And this is double sheep and double level 3 egg that you just hit as well. Huge amount of control and damage that I don't know if Secret's going to expect. They haven't really been able to trying to get through this Medusa who's still rocking Age of Cheese.
So what is the play? Do you think they're going to try and burst down Nisha?
If he blinks it, he doesn't BKB, he might just get hexed. The slark as well, have to think about it, right? These secret cores really want to hold these unless Rezo finds the jump. If Rezo just BKB blink, black holes are cores. Secret's very happy to take that fight. Unfortunate thing is they're gonna have to wait out this Aegis because it's causing them issues, right? You don't want to just black hole this
Radiant's
Aegis.
middle tower is under attack.
Out in a minute, they're gonna just control the map behind your window. That said, Hero, not very far.
Rocky, where are you, son? What's your foot? Well, that's gonna be the first life. The upside it is OG. They can still fight for the second life. They're gonna throw down the supernova. Ryan's the first death, goes through. Nixie managed to catch him with the hex, with the stun. Nisha barely getting off the BKB, but the refraction charges. Barely enough. He blinks back, TP's out. He's away to CP. Science using his own BKB with the help of Crystallis to turn around and start putting some damage onto Amar. Interchange backwards. Looks like he's gonna be caught in the 5-position battle between two and Puppy. Now the black hole, catching the two. Will be able to finish one. Looks like a nice save there from BTM, but the second black hole is ready to go. They're going to be able to catch the Deuce again, and this time it's Timbersaw. The snowball coming through. Roggy eats the cheese though, and the damage now turning back into the favor of Team Secret as Crystallis is trying to pounce himself away. Nisha is still here, standing delivering up against Uragi. The butterfly actually caught him. The slark goes down. Nisha's left alone as the soul damage dealer, as just Resolution sitting on the side trying to help out. They actually go for the buyback now. Make sure Nisha doesn't die, but the side comes through. They've caught Resolution. He turns around. Nisha does manage to catch BZM just in the nick of time. The supernova will scare away the two cores, so this buyback of the Slark may not be effective in catching anything else.
I thought he was going to triple side blade him there for a moment. Nisha lining him up perfectly. This fight lasts so long, he TPs the base, heals, comes back, and still ends up dealing the most damage in that fight, despite Rezo landing 2 black holes on this Medusa. He is so tanky, just sitting there chilling, sun rays, double egg, definitely putting the pressure on.
Radiant's
Still Taiga buyback, a Mar buyback, and a Crystallis buyback.
Dire's bottom tower is
That's a
under
lot.
attack.
OG, they do have a serious win condition now, and that the Slark could just die back in the next fight.
I mean, this hole was huge because Taiga has a second egg here. If he gets that second egg off,
I mean, look at the combination abilities. Using the E-Blade on the Dusa, Crystallis then turns and tries to hit Amar, but he managed to get off the Yules before the second black hole, so there was a ton of time where they just weren't hitting heroes.
and this cheese coming in clutch as well. Uragi gets to heal up after all of this.
Take that.
Sitting in the midnight pulse the whole time.
And then BZM also chased down Crystallis as Crystallis is playing on the low ground, but BZM caught him right there.
God's work.
Very well played.
After all said and done, still very even game. Probably a win for Secret. I feel like just getting this Timbersaw buyback, seeing how influential he's been in this game.
That's true. I mean, Crystallis, he may be the quote-unquote carry here, but even if he dies in diebacks, it feels like Nisha's the one pulling most of the weight when it comes to the damage in fights.
It's about this Templar Assassin. Nisha can stay in live. He is the instant damage outside of Midnight Pulse Black Hole, which, again, if OG doesn't have Aegis there, that's a very different fight. Those Black Holes will commit the Medusa to death.
Speaking of, back up. It's just so hard. Octarine, Spell Prism, it feels like the Black Hole's always up. The two moved up. Rezo sees the opportunity, but they decline. They decline the invite to a fight. They back away to their, well, not there, but effectively theirs, the Dire Triangle. What about that? What was the trigger there?
I don't think he saw all of what we saw. Maybe he loses them on fog for a second. Maybe he thinks there's something else lurking there. Well, that looked pretty good from our vision, but of course, we are on mission.
That Aghanim Scepter, I mean, that's a huge upgrade. Additional damage plus the pull, super dangerous as well. I mean, somebody gets stunned while they're also being pulled.
Yep.
Straight into the black hole you go.
This game has become a game where you play around these black holes. I think it's another reason you almost want to wait for the nighttime. Crystallis' best aspect of the game is between the nighttime vision. Rezo able to find those jumps. Where even Zayat's, make some chaos, start the fight, set up the holes when the OG clumps. Gotta think about daytime and night intervals here. What you try and abuse. At the same time, OG, the best way to secure vision is probably baiting someone, which might just be choose a job. Sometimes the best ward is your 5. That any time.
Yeah. Were you a good ward for your team?
Best. By that I mean, I fed.
Got a lot of information, guys. 11,000 net worth lead, but it feels like a game that is on just a knife's edge. It all comes down to these black hole executions. If Resolution can hit them, very likely Team Secret will eventually find that team fight win that closes out the game. But OG have shown themselves to be quite precocious and just not been giving those openings freely.
Rezo really wants to hold anything he can find here. He's got the ninja gear. Swapping it out with this spell person keeps him aggressive on the map. And they kind of know OG has no vision because he just uses slark. He feels very secure taking his aggressive position. Beat for next Roshan. Still no buyback with those two OG heroes for 3 minutes here on Timber and Nina. Very important. Buybacks become the most important thing in a game like this because it's all about Resolution's ultimates, allowing Nisha to get in and take the fight. If they can use buybacks to negate the power of those ults, use the cooldowns, suddenly you find yourself on the map. So hopefully keep a track numbers-wise. Also, Zayas finally building into an Axe. Could also be a huge game-breaking item. Lincoln Snowball kicks someone out, displaces the entire fight. Very annoying for OG who want to clump, play around the ball, play around their ultimate. He's a ways away. He could go the
wrap
distance.
around, but choose in a good position to break that smoke.
He is the ward. Yep, high ground vision. Snowball's trying to bait.
Okay, Chu jumps forward, misses. Shroud, just the extra protection, just back over to the triangle they go. The safe space for Team Secret. A little bit surprised they haven't.
Thinking about it, at this point though, does it have much influence on the if anything, Secret just wants to use this mid lane to their advantage. It's always going to force someone to show from OG.
I mean, if vision is so important, wouldn't a better way of trying to attack this part of the map, instead of walking into them, wouldn't it be better to pressure bottom and just like force them around to the triangle instead?
Or you can take this tier 2 bottom, start hitting the tier 3 bottom, force someone to come back. You might be afraid of just getting jumped. You know, you're taking a fight near OG buybacks versus very cooldown dependent fight. Might be one of Secret's worries at the same time. Yeah, I tend to agree. This bottom lane will probably be getting pressure harder for Team Secret.
Yeah, I yeah, I was gonna say they've got a free push with the idol on every single one. So
Rezo's got bots, and this is a very low cooldown bots, 25 seconds. I think, yeah, you should be pressuring his bottom lane with Eidolons, forcing OG to give you more information. Any type of information is insanely useful in this type of game. Roshan is up. Secret know it. OG don't.
Pressure Shard and the Aghanim Scepter. I mean, that is far too dangerous to give to Team Secret. He's got enough black holes as it is. The man in the third hole won't even know what to do with this. They're gonna have to defend this.
Buybacks are coming out 30 seconds here. OG really want to abuse these buybacks on dire outposts. Secret already started poking at this Roshan. OG, they're just not even get inside the pit in time. The fire spirits go out. They say, oh no, Roshan's already dead, guys. What do we do? Lamar actually jumping in, trying to grab whatever he can there, but the Aegis, most of the spells have already been picked up. He's going to Timber Chain back out. Chrysalis did take a heap of damage there. BKB should be able to walk away. The scythe being used from Taiga as he dives on through. Looks like they could catch Science here as he used BKB, but slowed down by the Scotty. BZM, not even going to chase after that. They don't even think it's worth trying to chase after a Tusk. So ultimately, Secret, very clean. They get everything out. They've got the cheese, the Aghanim Scepter on the TA. Which is big because now he can split push and exert the pressure on his own.
The refresher shard, right? And there it is. So they got all the support.
Even more black holes, you know, in case you needed another one.
All right. Soon to be picked up as well, so I mean, it could, with the Aghanim Scepter, it may start off as a one-man black hole, and by the third one, it could be a five-man.
Ultimate Hoover vacuum here, just sucking them all in forever. maybe kick someone into a black hole too.
And they've got some further options now against the Butterfly. They just picked up NKB on the Slark and Bloodthorn on the TA. So their ability to focus down this Deuce is like amplified by a significant level.
He does not seem too tanky anymore. He's going to melt. This is the part of the game where secret supports also can shine. Like they can control where these OG heroes can move despite PKs, punches, the brambles. These things add up over the course of a long fight. It just becomes so obnoxious. Like you're gonna get caught in something at some point, you know? And then boom, the black holes come in. So it's almost getting to the point where OG has to jump them with these hexes. Open hex, someone trying to fight. Octarine Puck.
Zayats once again making himself a target because of the BKB. He's got ready to go. Resolution is on his way. Even blinking already just to get closer to the team fight. Stalls out though.
Arcane Room. 80-second black hole. Of course, it doesn't matter because he's going to refresh everything anyway, but...
Yeah. It's funny. What's his Eidolon cooldown down to?
Casual. I mean, he's putting the Spell Prism in now, so it's going to go even lower.
You can actually technically get a third round of Eidolons.
A 74-second black hole. Now that's... You're almost getting under a minute there.
Resolution. Jumps inside the base and goes straight up. One black hole. That's going to be a Phoenix down. Lineac is available though.
Blinked out.
Refresh,
Reset.
blink out, Chrysalis inside the base, but not full on. Bounces back down. Okay.
Ooh, Zayats, you are very deep, my friend.
What?
Y'all didn't even see him back there, huh? He just got caught. He didn't get the memo that, you know, it was reset time. He was ready to go.
It was like, damn, all right, pretty clean. Amar actually jumping forward. All right, second black hole is raring to go. Amar, he'll be the victim of that one. Another refresh used. Resolution now going to blink forward. They have the TA trap to start slowing down some of these heroes. He sees it, notices it. TA goes off first. Resolution's third black hole is denied. And now he's caught inside the coil, caught inside the supernova. Doesn't explode on him to a puck. DCM should be able to get this kill. Chrysalis, he's trying to go for the bashes onto the puck. Won't be able to get it on the side. Amar is going to start lining up for Nisha. They've got the side device onto the Nisha. TA who's getting ripped apart. The force stab over the cliff. Attempt to go into the trap and he gets it. The Aghanim Scepter pickup saves the day. Nisha survives.
The brink of death, he finds escape. This man is the actual Houdini of this series.
Unbelievable. These two mid laners have had incredible performances, man. Nisha had one hell of a game one, but still lost. BZM equaled him when it came to the play in this game. Nisha just barely able to get out in this moment. Force staff, BKB, using that channeling time. I hate that. I hate it.
Well, that means it must be good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Coil on him top.
Okay, he's going to force
think they
and
have a
break the
fraction.
coil pretty early. Turns around, Bloodthorn, but he's got the E-Blade to protect himself. Nisha
Radiant's middle
will be able
tower
to
is
once again
under attack.
to a trap. So hard to catch the Tiro.
Glad I retired, man. Trying to catch mids.
Seriously. Some live position, some hero just popping in and out.
You're chewing this game. You got a Stormhammer. You're like, I'll catch him, boys. Don't worry. I'll fake it like 30 times. He got caught.
Big two. Gonna die here, trying to start a fight. The Chrysalis BKB is on cooldown though.
Bar has no buyback.
This is definitely going to be awkward. Nisha, he's actually pretty far away. He's channeled to a trap, but he's still pretty far. The kickback goes through. The snowball's going to keep him there with a pounce as well. Nisha's going to jump forward and go for Taiga at the same time. Amar is going to be able to timber that chain away to the side. They got the scythe onto Nisha. And BZM is going to start focusing him down if he can. Keep him in place with the coil. The Stone Gaze are escapes. Oh, there comes the black hole. Resolution. First one going to be thrown down onto the two. Is going to be able to survive through it with the second round. That's going to be able to catch Timbersaw as well. The supernova explodes. They'll stop at the second black hole shy, but it's enough damage to be able to kill the Juice on immediate buyback. Resolution trying to work his way back. He does have that BKB defense against the Witchblade. Zayats, meanwhile, is trying to finish off Amar. No such luck. Not enough damage. Turns around, throws out the shard. The Bloodthorn. Oh, it's ripping through these heroes. Both of them are going to fall. Chu and BZM die. Immediate buybacks being used, but Secret have already full retreated. They're going to keep everyone else alive. It's only Puppy who ultimately lies dead.
3 buybacks for 2. Secret definitely winning off the back of that fight. Getting 2 core buybacks out of OG for nothing. No Roshan to even contest your double damage for Chrysalis in the river. And Those are some black holes that I've ever seen, man. He just jumped that Medusa, hoping that he's faster than the Stone Gaze. He indeed was.
And like, even if he's not, it's Midnight Pulse and a black hole that's at least getting a second or two
Yeah, you
in.
ain't
That's
going
also
anywhere.
doing percentage-based damage. He throws another Midnight Pulse. Like, even if you stop these black holes, the Deuce is still getting walloped by damage.
At that point, you just unplug your keyboard if you're Rocky and, A-click their base, unplug your keyboard. That's all I'm doing, boys. I'm not going anywhere. I'm never getting out. I hope we win the fight. There's too many brambles, too many shards, the kicks, the punches. It's super annoying for BZN.
There's the kickback. Onto a bar, self-fuels, buy a little bit of time here. Taiga's gonna go through the side. They're gonna try and pull him up, and E-Blade is buying him a little bit more. Timber Chain throw away, but Double stops him. Science cuts him down. That's a dead hero for 2 minutes, as now he's struggling to get out, but the coil will snap his neck. Oh, Chrysalis, he's gonna jump forward, catching up. They're not gonna allow Medusa to walk away. The Bloodthorn is allowing them to shred through this Medusa. Uragi's gonna fall. Taiga, he's not getting anywhere either. Hello, sir. Welcome to the abyss. Resolution sends him down, and that is a GG called out. OG, they fought long and hard for this one, but it did feel like it was just too much of an advantage. Too much early, too much late, too many black holes, too much network.